Build the road of peace before us, build it wide and deep and long. Speed the slow, remind the eager, help the weak and guide the strong. None shall push aside another, none shall let another fall. Work beside me, sisters and brothers, all for one and one for all.
I'd have put a clean shirt on if I'd known.
So shall we get in the beginning?
I'll get that.
That's okay. I get the arms in a minute. Yeah, my 2 arms.
And in.
Well, I'd take it down to the bag. Put the bag on the top. Because if you leave it in the bag, somebody's going to...
Yeah, he doesn't read music. He listens to it and then plays it. We're very clever. Hate him. Cups of coffee. Vital is the drinks, isn't it?
There's no singing there, is there?
No, we don't often sing. But you might get Yannick singing, because the Breton music, they do tend to dance to just someone singing. Once you get into it, I think it's, you know, you get going, you get the feel of it. There's some tunes that are very repetitive and you soon learn them, so and you can fetch the kids to dance.
In German notation, a B means B flat. Oh right. Yes. I forgot to say it's the B flat. Okay, now if it's nur Sonntag upstairs, let's do
So woman, we're going to go forward. So anti-clockwise if you want. And men are going to go back. Alright? Tap. 1, 2, 3. And I'll tell you why it works. We're going to go ma, sur, ka.
I sold Billy Bragg a raffle ticket. I was about 15 when I joined the Rochdale Young Socialists. Born to working class parents, my first home was on Equitable Street, Deeplish, a poor area of Rochdale. We soon moved to Spotland, another poor area, but with a rich history. The first cooperative housing in the world was built in 1861 on Spotland Road. So this is where I grew up, surrounded by street names and buildings evoking socialist ideas. My early teens were the era of milk snatchers, of miners' strikes, of riots, of political and social unrest. This is when I first paid my subs as a young socialist. We were a small group meeting regularly to plot, debate and fundraise for the striking miners. I attended my first Young Socialist conference in Blackpool around 1984, my first time away from home. It was summer. It was exciting to be away. We listened to firebrand speeches by day and parted at night to a live soundtrack of Billy Bragg and Paul Weller. I remember selling Billy Bragg a raffle ticket that weekend. Later, in 1984, I started a foundation art course at Rochdale Art College. My interest in politics continued and developed, and I joined the regular marches against student grant cuts. At 18, I packed my bags for London and a degree in fine art. My art college was a conservative place, and my political leanings became a focus for my creative production, much to the annoyance of my tutors. By my final year, I'd started making art with Toby, a fellow student under the group name Critical Decor. We set out to produce work that reflected our political, philosophical and cultural ideas. We squatted empty buildings to put on exhibitions and quickly attracted the attention of the international art world. It wasn't about the attention though, or about the money. It was about the personal and the political. Back then, the north and south of England were socially, politically and economically at odds, and I felt this acutely during this time in London. My friend Gregor Muir writes about it in his 2009 book Lucky Kunst, The Rise and Fall of Young British Art. He says, "In the early days of the YBA, there was a notable northern contingent, descending on private views and causing mayhem. In those days it wasn't uncommon to encounter a certain amount of antagonism between the north and south of England. While the south was associated with a middle-class affluence, the north remained a poor working-class nation within a nation. With their thick Leeds accents, Hurst and Friedman were amongst the most prominent, but several other characters came to fore. David Pugh from Critical Decor, a skinny white northerner with a balding head, made it his mission to shock people with his chaotic behaviour, often spilling beer everywhere and occasionally being a tad irritating. Hailing from Rochdale in Lancashire, the young Pugh took an aversion to anyone who wasn't from up north. I still am a tad irritating, but I don't throw beer anymore. I even married a southerner. She's from Nottingham. I am no longer a paid-up Marxist, but my formative social and political experiences continue to influence the work I make today."